You're watching Sports Final.
Well, tip-top in the evening, everybody, and welcome to the very intersection of football, fun, and frivolity. It is Sports Final, and tonight, there is something righteous in the air. By the way, Joe Morano's in the mix, and he's my ace.
Oh, of course. Maybe this is the best week of regular season high school football we see all year, including the Helias-QD rematch. We got two huge games at the top of the Clarence Canyon Conference in Clark County, Centralia, and that renewed Macon-South Shelby blood war. But tonight, the WIVC rules them all, right, Dewar?
And we start with a game we didn't think we'd have at the beginning of the season. Two teams taking advantage of forfeits, waiving the forfeits and playing each other. Unity Payson and Scott Krager and Clopton Ellsbury. We set the over-under on this game at 47, actually 87 points. If you took the over, you were the big winner. Who would have thunk? Combined points, amazing in this game. And this is what Scott Krager does. 3rd down and 10, running away from the entire Unity defensive line and completing the pass to Mr. Charles Fraction for the first down. That wasn't Scott Krager's best effort on that first drive. He's signaling to Adam Falloon it's 4th down and 20. He thinks his team should punt. He can't. Falloon wants to go for it. So you know what? Scott Krager is going to take the designed, I guess, quarterback sneak and go 25 yards. This kid is good. And that would set the table for Charles Fraction, who would score the first points of the game right here from 20 yards out. And all of a sudden, Clopton Ellsbury had itself a 7-0 lead. Then Clopton Ellsbury does the onside kick thing, recovers, goes back to work. And again, it's Scott Krager, who had, again, over 400 yards of total offense, just 3 total touchdowns tonight. This one to give his team a 14-0 lead. You think the blowout's on? Unity was having none of it. They hadn't touched the football yet. When they did, good things happened. Jacob Miller rumbling up the middle for more than 100 yards tonight. He was good. That touchdown big puts his team back in motion. Then after turning over Clopton Ellsbury on downs, this guy was for the 2nd week in a row the story. Mr. Kyle Vandermaiden, 351 yards rushing on the night. I will repeat that. 3-5-1. That touchdown touches off what was a Donnybrook the rest of the night. We went to overtime, tied up at 49 apiece. I don't have enough film to show you all of this. Look at this great pass, though, from Krager to Jack Hicks, who gets the touchdown, makes it 21-14 at that point. Clopton Ellsbury. We go to overtime in OT. The aforementioned Jacob Miller with a 9-yard touchdown run, and that was the difference in the ball game. 55-49. It's a basketball score, Joe. You talk about game of the week. This one lived up to all the billing. Unity Payson gets a huge win, and nobody played a stinking lick of defense all night long. Who cares? It's arena ball. Again, Unity Payson wins. And your winner, or at least your qualifier for the grill this week, Mr. Ross Voss of Minden. I remember him. Pretty good football player in his own right. Congratulations, Ross. I'm exhausted, Joe. Take over.
I got a pretty good game that lived up to the billing as well. Number 2 versus number 5. Look at the Brown County alumni in the house.
Was that Ace?
That was one Ace Hendricks as the Hornets host Triopia, and how about this? Second play from scrimmage for Triopia. It's a big one. They go to Derek Shoney. He is good, and he is gone. 67 yards downfield for the score. This only a few seconds into the ball game. Triopia jumps out 7-0. Next possession, Hornets manufacture some offense, and it ends in Sam Hendricks plunging in from inches away. That makes it 7-7. The very next play, of course, is your kickoff. And Jansen Yale takes this, and he torches everyone. 84 yards for the touchdown. We've got 3 touchdowns in the span of about 5 minutes of game time. When do you see that in a Brown County Triopia game, Chris?
It usually takes a decade for that many scores to happen in that game.
Pretty much, but the Hornets go right back to work. Getting the ball back once more. This is Timmy Woodward. He hits Alex Shepard downfield. Great completion. He's almost gone, but Yale with a good takedown. That's a 31-yard gain, though. And that would help Rick Logsdon finish things off with this touchdown. So we're literally 5 minutes into this ball game, 14-14, 4 touchdowns. It's like you're watching Clopton and Unity. Second quarter now, Woodward at it again. He hits Justin Volk for an 18-yard touchdown. Great grab. I can make my own sensational 7 out of this just by itself. That puts Brown County up 21-14. It's that score. It stays that way the entire rest of the way. Triopia, though, comes back. They complete a 10-yard touchdown pass with 1 second to go, and Derek Shoney's 2-point conversion run is good, and the Triopia Trojans end Brown County's long win streak. Triopia winner 22-21.
At 23 games, Joe, impressive win for Rich Thompson and company. Hey, not everybody happy to be a cheerleader tonight at Youth Cheerleader Night between Helias and Quincy Notre Dame. I know how you feel, young lady. I've had those kind of days. Helias and QED tied in the second half at 7. Look at the great passing hookup for the Crusaders right here, putting them up at that point 14-7, actually 13-7. They would lead 20-7, but the QED offense rumbles back to life. Who else? Luke Himkamper, who had over 200 yards rushing again tonight. Mr. Himkamper, Big pickup at 30 yards right there. He ain't done, not by a long shot. He can get himself tired on this drive because he did all of the heavy lifting. You're going to give yourself a hernia, young man. Look at him running. Great stuff from Hincamper on down to the 2-yard line, which sets up Mr. Nick Wyman, who plunges in, makes it at that point a 20-14 game. QD came back, took the lead at 21-20. Unfortunately, with 11 seconds left, Elias kicks a game-winning field goal, and QD tastes defeat for the first time this season. Final count, 23-21. Let's do some scores, Joe. I believe we've got Illini West rallying all the way back from an 18-point deficit to beat Monroe tonight. Connor Beals with 3 touchdowns, 34-32 was your final there. Also, Central Southeastern actually trailed Pittsfield early in the first quarter in this game. I think it was 14-13 at one point. Central Southeastern rumbles back, though. They win and set up that big showdown with Illini West next week at Central, 44-21, your final. How about Macomb tonight, trying to get off the schneid? So too West Hancock. We'll set you up a little defense to start things right here. Reed Fulkerson does it all. This, my friends, is the way you play some defense, ripping things away from everybody who got in his way. Then Colby Shilson doing likewise for West Hancock. Early on, slow starts for both of these hopefully potent offenses, but finally the Bomber offense awakens behind the air attack in the second quarter. How about this? Matt Lawver up top to Matt Atkinson for the touchdown. Well, we're not done yet. Lawver throwing the ball around. He's winging it a little bit tonight, Joe. Hooking up with Tyler LaFortune. I believe that is French for the fortune.
Very good.
He's good, too. Good fortune at that point. Another touchdown there. Then how about some more Atkinson this time? Love the way this kid goes up and fights for the ball this time. His second touchdown reception. And then how about a little more Reed Fulkerson? How about an 80-yard touchdown rumble as Macomb does the deed tonight, winning by the final count in this one of 35-9. Other scores tonight to pass along for you. Jacksonville beats Lincoln 10-0 in an ugly game.
Only 10 points from Jacksonville.
Yeah, go figure. They've been up and down. Calhoun knocks off Pleasant Hill Western 28-7. Carrollton hangs on to beat West Central in a dandy tonight, 14-13. Nick Rossi with 3 touchdowns as Routes ISD 49-0. Beardstown tastes defeat for the first time this season. I guess Elmwood Brimfield is for real. 35-15, Joe, is your final on that one. And BPCA rumbles back to life. Good for the Spartans after an ugly start to the season. Recovery at South Fulton, 52-26. Joseph, Southeast Iowa.
Big win. Let's head on up to a battle of Lee County. Keokuk taking on Fort Madison. And this Keokuk Chief team is for real, and they were at it once again. Gabe Martin with the great sack. You heard from running back Trevor Roth. He's been sensational so far this year. He's back at it again as well with the great touchdown run. These teams playing for the county seat. The champs get a chair.
We spared no expense.
I guess you get to relax a little bit. Ryan Hawkins later on, though, drags down Jesse Ross, the Fort Madison quarterback, and later on, more Chief offense. Gabe Vandenberg, how accurate is this guy? He hits Bryce Rose for the touchdown. Roth with 154 rushing yards on the day. Vandenberg, 15 of 18, 190 yards. Great numbers. 4 touchdowns, 3 go to Bryce Rose. Keokuk cruises 41-6. Chris, what's up in Missouri?
Let's check in with the Macon Tigers taking on South Shelby tonight. I'm calling these highlights blind tonight, and I'm going to do my best because that, my friends, is Taekwon Kelly, and he is faster than you are. In for the score at that point. It was a lot of Macon scoring tonight. This offense, we kind of beat up their offensive line this week. Well, we were wrong. Henry Walker in for the score right there as well. They took it to South Shelby, did the Macon Tigers. Look at this rumble right here. Oh, my goodness. South Shelby just doing work. Macon just doing work on offense tonight. Pete Class's team rumbles back to life. David Hafman tasting defeat at the hands of that outstanding Macon defensive line. Macon just merciless tonight. This was the Macon team we've been waiting to see all season long. They end up looking at a big hit right there as well. They win tonight by the final count of 52-0. That was Macon beating South Shelby. Big win by Dylan Perrin and company. Nice start for them.
Number one for a reason.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Joseph Moore? Oh, I've got Centralia and Clark County going at it. Game that was just absolutely dandy as well. In preparation for this, Dax Dollins was really excited, and you will see why right here. He's going to hook up with the youngster, Alec Ford, and he's a good one. Getting away from the defense and picking up nice yards. That would set up Dax Dollins of his own accord. I tell you, Joe, I haven't seen a more resourceful running quarterback this season, Scott Krager included. Look at Dollins, just so much faster than everybody else, giving his team a 7-0 lead. Clark County's defense, though, going to come up strong here. 4th and 2. Actually, it's Centralia's defense going to come up strong here with a stop. Oh, that's Jake Hockman and company on that defensive line doing some work. Oh, and all those Austin kids. They got all the linebackers in Centralia named Austin this year. Stone Cold Austins they all were tonight. How about Seth Williams, though, answering back right here with a touchdown. This one would be called back. At one point in this game, 14-7, we still don't have a final. Centralia was leading. We'll try to update you tonight in the live chat at 10:40. Shameless plug there. Joseph? I got more to
Palmyra for you. Why don't you?
I'll take a look at Milan and Palmyra. This was, quite frankly, an ugly game with not a whole lot of scoring tonight. Palmyra's defense played very, very well. They just couldn't muster any offense in this game in support of Bobby Grunlow and that great defense. They end up losing to John Dabney's Milan team by the final count of 14-7. We'll post you all the stats on this one, but I can tell you there weren't many of them. Monroe City tonight, a loser at Kirksville, 18-7. Monroe City continues to play great defense, just can't get any offense going. Comeback of the night, Louisiana. Steve Geschwinder told me if I ever pick his team to win in Tourisms, he's going to punch me in the face. After 2 straight weeks, I haven't. His team wins again. They rally back from a huge deficit to the Bulldogs, pick up their second win of the season. Last check, Highland was leading Scotland County 27-12 in another mild upset. Joseph Moore.
Hannibal, one of those surprise winless teams so far. They welcome in Fulton, though, and they're looking to get things going early on. They do so when Logan Hicks crosses the plane before he loses the ball. That touchdown counts then. 7-0 Hannibal after that. And then how about Dalton Powell? He's pretty good. Starting under center for the Pirates today. He tucks, runs, and has gone to the house for the touchdown. The Pirates increase their lead a little bit more. They just jump all over Fulton in this one, and this is a great use of an aerial as great catch by Connor Brown. You see 26-yard touchdown. Powell goes on to lead Hannibal to their first victory. Great defense by Jake Crenshaw as well right here. Hannibal, a winner over Fulton tonight by a score of 64-14. Some other Missouri scores for you. This one not in yet. Duchesne was up big on Bowling Green, but hey, all the more reason to join us during our Sports Final live chat later on. We'll give you that score and all the stats later on. Also, West Strand taking on Paris this evening. You know Paris, Stephen Hayhurst, a great quarterback right now. We'll see what you can do against West Strand. Join us in the Sports Final live chat, and we will let you know. How about one more game for us, Stuart?
We do a very special night in Knox County. Get to that in just a second. By the way, that Duchesne score was 21-0 at that point. Leighton McCabe doing work tonight for Knox County. First touch of the ball. This is going to be pretty. Going to bust an 85-yard run. Remember, Leighton McCabe not really a quarterback, but he is in application tonight. Look at him. He's going to cut through every single defender in the entire North Shelby defense. That looks play of the week worthy, I would suggest. Good stuff from Leighton McCabe right there, but he's not done. That's his first. Look at him. He's still running, Joe. What a rumble tonight.
Run of the year already, huh?
Stuff, yes. But he's not done. His second touch, not too shabby either, as he had over 160 yards, I think our man on the spot, Ken, said tonight. Ken Mitchell said after his first 2 touches, that's a pretty good run there. Actually, I'll add him up for you. It was 169 because that was an 84-yard touchdown rumble. Leighton McCabe's pretty darn good. Tonight, he had more in him. He's going to force a fumble right here, recovered by Donovan Edwards, who's going to pick it up and get the scoop and score a touchdown from 38 yards to make that happen as well. How about some more right here? Sherry Edwards going to jump in and just jump up and grab one of North Shelby's Jacob Rich passes right here, and he's going to return that for 30 yards. Great return by Mr. Edwards right here. He's going to pick that up and rumble. That would set up Donovan Edwards for his second touchdown of the night, one of 3 that he would have. He was excellent on the night, and it was all about Knox County on the offense, which made things extra special because tonight a very special ceremony in Edina as we would retire the jersey of Terry Joyce, who played punter for the St. Louis Cardinals of the NFL, recently passed away. That number 10 will never, ever again be worn in Knox County football. I don't think Knox County has ever done anything similar with another athlete. Terry Joyce, though, really did his community proud. 54-6 was your final on that one. Got a couple of scores to pass along before we get you to the live chat. Actually, I've got one score to pass along, Joe, before I get you to the live chat.
Great
Hannibal
score,
soccer
though.
team is still undefeated, playing in their tournament, and we're going to try and show you some highlights of them tomorrow on overtime. They beat Canton 4-0. It is Jacob McLaren's 4th straight shutout in 4 games. Impressive stuff.
Very impressive Hannibal squad so far, but so much exciting football tonight to talk about.
And tomorrow as well, we've got college football, high school football with the Blue Devils, and a live chat coming your way at 10:40. Catch us there at ConnectTriStates.com.